Welcome back to another episode of Ready Set Recap, where we recap what's been going on. I'm Daniel, joined as always by my best friend Skyler.
What's up?
This week in the news, we got first looks at Wonder Man and the next Game of Thrones show. DC has come out as anti-AI. Ubisoft canceled a game that sounded pretty cool, actually. And we're going to do our full Peacemaker Season 2 spoiler cast. But before we get into all that, Skyler, what's been going on with you this week?
A lot. I
Ooh,
saw some movies as
ooh,
usual. I got some new glasses.
nice.
Been watching the baseball playoffs. It's been a big week for old Skyler. But no, the movies I saw, one battle after another. The new Leo DiCaprio,
All right.
directed by Paul Thomas Anderson movie. It's pretty enjoyable. Four stars that one got from me. I liked it quite a bit. It's getting 5 stars from an awful lot of people.
That's the one where he's like a revolutionary or something.
Yeah, he's basically a former revolutionary who things that happened during his revolutionary days come back to, I guess, kind of haunt him through no real fault of his own.
Makes sense.
And he's like on a journey to protect his daughter from that. And lots of stuff going on. All the right kind of people are very mad at this movie for being anti-ICE. So,
Is it like
hell yeah.
directly anti-ice or what's the...
Yeah, so the opening thing, I guess that's what they tackle most. You see a lot of government stuff like imprisoning people at the border and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's basically the opening kind of action-y scene is this group of revolutionaries busting a whole bunch of people out from like ICE detainee system.
Cool.
So that's gotten all of your Ben Shapiro's, all their panties are in a bunch because of it. But no, I really like that movie.
I hate
And then
one battle after another. First of all, what kind of a name is that?
I just saw the worst movie ever made.
I saw the worst movie since Superman.
Superman, more like super woke. um, and then yeah, what else did I see? Oh, of course, The Smashing Machine, starring our old pal, friend of the podcast, really,
True.
Dwayne Dwayne the Rocks and Jockson.
The Rocks and
Um,
Jocks.
yeah, no, it was good. I liked it. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I don't think that's the only movie I've said that about this year. It's a Safdie movie, or at least one Safdie, the Safdie brothers who did Uncut Gems and Good Time. This is only one of those brothers, Benny, and hopes for high, and I don't know if it quite met those hopes. But as
Mm,
for a like sports biopic and a like drama acting driven movie, it's a good time at the theater, I think. Good time, no pun intended. Heyo. But no, The Rock's really good in this. I said they're gonna make an actor out of Dwayne Johnson or they're gonna die trying. And they it worked. And obviously in the press leading up to this, Dwayne's been like basically saying, I've learned what acting is and I love it and I want to do
right.
more like it. And then just today they announced Jumanji 3 and like the whole cast is coming back and I'm like, "Oh, okay. He discovered the one for them, one for me system."
Correct, correct.
So, yeah,
I
it's
mean,
good.
hell, why not? How do you respond to the theories that him making sort of an Oscar run off of this movie is why he hasn't been on WWE shows lately?
Um I don't know if that's the reason. I think so. If you look at pictures of him now or interviews of him talking like on the presser for this movie, he's lost a lot of weight, like a lot. He's skinny in a way that's unsettling to look at because he's The Rock and he's been huge forever.
Fair.
And now, yeah, he's quite skinny, not scrawny. He's still big, but he's lost a lot of muscle definition. And I think he came out and said like, I did that for my next movie. He's like, I'm all about these character acting driven movies now, and so I cut a lot of weight to be in this next movie, and I don't
Mhm.
think he said what that is. I don't know what it is yet.
No, but we do
Um,
know that the Academy loves when you either gain a bunch or lose a lot of weight for a role. There's
Yeah,
really nothing more impressive you can do to them.
yeah. I can't speak highly enough of The Rock's dedication and performance in this movie. I don't see an Oscar nom here. I just don't see it. Now,
Mm.
it's not impossible, and if he gets the nomination, like, oh, good for him. I'm not expecting for him to win either, though. Like, remember how Zac Efron wasn't even nominated for the Iron Claw? This seems like right around that level.
That makes sense, actually.
So I can see them passing it by very easily. And I don't know if it'll win. I'm sure by the time that the actual Oscars roll around, we'll have been like hit with back to back to back heavy performance movies.
I also did several things this week. First of all, today, as we're recording it, was my actual last day at my job that I've been working at for the last 4 years. So
Hooray!
that's kind of
Or
cool.
aw,
It's a little
depending.
bit of both. Like, I'm excited for the new job, but it's definitely like, it feels weird to like go and do something else after you've done the same thing for 5 days a week for four
Yeah,
years straight.
definitely
Like,
for
that's,
sure.
it's weird. Um, but like the new job's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting and it pays a lot better. So I am excited for it on on that
Mhm.
level. I really don't know for sure what to expect from it. So it was, I'm playing a lot of it by ear. But because this was my last day, we did some stuff at work today to just kind of like hang out. So
Yeah.
the operations manager was like, "Hey man, you can use the company card and just like go and get whatever you want for lunch." And I was like, "That's cool and all, but what if instead I just like got food for everybody here?" And he was like, "Yeah, that sounds good too." So I ordered a bunch of pizzas and
Oh,
chicken
cool.
wings
Oh, hell, the chicken wings.
from good old Papa John's because it was the closest one.
The Papa, those are not quality chicken wings, but
They
you
were
know what? We'll
okay.
take them.
Yeah, they were fine. They were really more chicken nuggets, but they were fine. Um,
Oh, you went boneless. Yeah, that's
we
probably
did
better.
we did a mix. The bone in ones at Papa John's are like not great.
They're
They're
listen,
pretty rough.
they get a job done,
Yeah,
but it's not we can do better.
for sure, for sure. And I of course ordered my favorite pizza, which as my best friend you will of course know is
Hawaiian.
I mean no, but close I guess. Barbecue chicken pizza with jalapeno and pineapple. So it does have
Okay,
pineapple. So we got
barbecue
there.
chicken. See, you know what? So I guess technically a Hawaiian is it's got the Canadian bacon or ham instead of the chicken. But whenever I do a quote unquote Hawaiian, I always go chicken.
Right. Would you do the
Yeah,
barbecue?
so yeah,
Okay.
barbecue chicken, and then yeah, jalapeno and pineapple.
That's the
That's
one.
good
That's
shit,
the
baby.
pizza,
We are.
baby.
I'm sorry if this. We're getting political now. We're a pro pineapple on pizza podcast.
If you are vehemently against pineapple on pizza, you will not find pleasure in our pizza eating habits.
My go to pizza for the last couple of years has been extra pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapenos. And if you're sleeping on that, then there's just no saving you.
So we did all that. One of my coworkers like baked me a cake, which was really nice of her.
Oh
Um, she she wanted to give it to me in like a container that I could take it home in. So it's like a flat cake, like imagine like a pan of brownies basically, but it's cake.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, and it's like she made it like that morning, so she had to rush out. So it was still, I guess, hot when she put it in there. So it like doesn't really hold its shape well, and it's really more of a pudding, but it's real good.
nice
It's like really good. I was really happy with it.
pudding cake soup.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Got to say goodbye to all my coworkers. I'm gonna see some of them again, I'm sure, but yeah, it's a little bittersweet because I'm definitely moving on to a much better job. But it is like, man,
Mm.
I'm never gonna be in this place that I hated for the last 4 years again.
Did you do the One Piece VV goodbye where you all put up the arms with the X's on them,
Yes, yeah, exactly that, 100%.
and you and your giant duck walked away?
Correct, correct. Um, and then get this, I also watched two movies this week.
Whoa!
Whoa, one of which you know about because I invited you to it, and you,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. You invited me to hang out, not for the podcast, and I went, ugh.
yeah, like an absolute traitor, you said no. So I saw the Demon Slayer movie,
Right,
Infinity
yeah.
Castle Part One, which let me tell you, it is really good. I don't know how well it like works as an independent movie because it is part one and like not a whole hell of a lot is resolved in it.
Okay.
There's a couple of like really good fights, which is to be expected from Demon Slayer. Part one has been like retroactively given the tagline Akaza returns. Akaza's one of the main he's one of the like upper rank demons.
Okay.
Uh he showed up like way early in the series and he's been gone for a while. So hey, and now he's back. And so we finally get his like backstory and stuff in this because every time that we go into a big fight with like one of the arc bosses, if you want to call it that, in Demon Slayer, we always get their whole backstory as part of it.
Hmm.
But that doesn't even start until like halfway through the movie. The first half of the movie is, I think, the first half of the fight that's going to be the main fight in part two, which apparently doesn't come out until 2027, by the way. What the fuck?
Oh.
That's crazy. I hate that
Don't
so
you know the
much.
rules? When you release a part one, you're supposed to put out part two the next year.
Yeah, that's not cool. I like the a lot of stuff that did with the characters is really cool. The visuals of it is amazing, as was expected by the fact that they put a movie budget behind it. And it's also
Yeah.
like one of the most money making movies of the year already. It like passed
Hmm.
$700 million last I saw, which is
People
insane.
been people been seeing it.
Uh, so it's doing really well and it is really good. And I don't want to spoil anything about it because I mean it's the final arc. So anybody who's like hasn't watched it yet but wants to, like, literally
Right.
every second of that movie is a spoiler.
Makes
But
sense.
it is really good. But one movie that I feel I can spoil to some extent is that in the demon killing world, I also then watched K-pop Demon Hunters. Finally,
Nah, okay.
yeah,
All right. Did you like it?
I did. I think it's really good.
It's
There were
really
aspects
cute.
of it that I was a little disappointed in, but for the most part, I think it's really good. The music is great. I like the way it looks. I think it's really
Absolutely.
impressive visually. Also,
Hmm.
um, it's done by the people who do Spider Verse, which is awesome. And
Yeah, it makes sense
you
when
can
you
kind of
realize
tell.
how it's connected to audiences
Yeah,
in a way.
it's great. I love all of the main characters. I wish that we got literally anything about the other four members of the boy band instead of just the one guy.
I,
Um,
yeah, they kind of were just
they don't even get
background.
names. They call
I
them
they
like
I think they have
romance
official
and
names if you look
mystery.
them up, but yeah,
But it's really
but it,
good. I love it. They also added a whole mode about K-pop Demon Hunter into Fortnite where it's just a horde mode, but you fight demons,
oh, okay.
and it's actually really good. So I've been kind of living the like 4 month old K-pop Demon Hunter life for the last week or
Yeah,
so.
that's fine. It's a very good, cute movie, and it's good you're caught up on it because Netflix is gonna make it their whole
Oh my god,
personality
they're gonna
going
make
forward.
so many of them. They're gonna make
Absolutely, they're already talking about a live action remake, and then like sequels
yeah. I
and
don't need the live action so
spin-offs
much.
and fucking everything. So
Show
it's here to
me
stay.
just show me Rumi and girl and God, what's his name? Junji, something like that. What's his fucking name?
The guy,
The demon
the
guy.
guy
Yeah.
demon. I don't remember his name.
Just give me a like a slice of life where they're just like hanging out and being best as best friends or something, and I'll be down for
Yeah.
that.
I guess really they can make as much stuff as they want if they keep putting out music as good as what was in this one.
For sure. Yeah. There are not a ton of songs really. I thought it was going to be, from what people were talking about, I thought it was going to be a much longer movie. It's not very long. It's like 90 minutes. How long is it? It's not long.
Yeah, there's like three three main Huntrix songs that I can remember, and
Hmm.
then one or two from the boy band.
Right. The Saga
Which is
Boys.
funny. Speaking of me watching baseball, right?
Uh,
The I don't know how many people are doing how many stadiums are doing it, but the Dodgers games, the organ player thing, I assume it's all pre-recorded now, but
probably.
the organist like plays like two different K-pop Demon Hunter songs every once in a while. It's really
No,
funny. Yeah, they do the Soda Pop song
makes sense.
and and the main song, the Golden, I think it's
Golden.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, those are like the two. Those are the ones. Those are the ones you would play.
yeah.
They're the ones that have been blowing up on
So
Spotify's top charts.
anytime I watch a Dodgers game, I end up walking away humming one of those two songs.
Man, but it's a really fun time. I really liked
Yeah.
both of the movies. Wildly different tone between the two.
Sure,
Obviously,
yeah, I'd imagine.
K-pop Demon Hunter has like serious moments, I guess, but it's more like, you know, goofy, happy-go-lucky. Demon Slayer, nah. People are getting fucking bodied in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the final arc of a pretty already pretty dark shonen anime. You should expect
Hmm.
bad things to happen.
Hmm.
So, oof. But what a fun time. And you know what else is a fun time?
New York Comic Con?
Maybe, maybe that's where a
Oh,
lot of our news comes from.
I tried to give
Um,
you a segue.
I've never been there, but
No.
and at New York Comic Con, what we got was a first look at Wonder Man. And
Right.
I'm just gonna throw this out there immediately.
Hmm.
I don't think
Hmm.
I want to see Wonder Man.
Well, we're we're another Marvel thing,
Yeah,
right? I like the lead guy,
yeah. What's his Yahya Abdul Mateen?
Yahya Abdul Mateen,
Yeah, he seems
and
good. It's interesting, and I'm confused about like how it fits into the universe of the thing, and I don't know how much that matters really. But
mm,
he like so he's not a superhero, at least not yet, but he's like playing one in a movie in a
right.
world where there's been so many in I guess our world where there's been so many superhero movies that the director is like, I know people are sick of this shit, but here's another one.
No, they're not sick of it. Uh, Miss Marvel, her generation loves superheroes. They have whole shitty conventions about them.
That's true. Do you think that there are superhero movies in the MCU universe?
Well, so we know that there were back in the 40s, there were Captain America movies like propaganda films, right? Because
Sure.
he was in
Yeah.
them. Uh, does that count?
I'll take it. But the reason
I'm
that
just,
I think that this might be a different universe is because in one of the shots from the like teaser they gave us is there are just like pictures from the movies like up on one of the whiteboards.
oh,
And
are
it's
there?
like shots that like no one would be able to get. It's like one of them is a picture of Captain America like in the elevator from it was a Civil War or whatever where he not Civil War, Winter Soldier where he beats all the
Winter
guys'
Soldier.
asses. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you wouldn't get that picture.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going
Hmm.
on here. It's got the guy who played the bad guy, the like bad president guy in Superman. He's playing the director of the
Oh,
movie.
is that who that is?
That who that is. The guy that
Netanyahu.
Hawkgirl kills. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't even necessarily think it looks bad. It's just that like because of how hit and miss the MCU's already been, and then you look at this and it's like I already have questions about like how this even fits into the universe. I'm already like this feels like too much work for me to care. Will I see it? Like maybe, but I don't know that I like am excited about it at all.
What was the last MCU show?
Shit.
Was it Daredevil? Or was there something after Daredevil?
There was probably something after Daredevil. Was there like a what if? Is Marvel Zombies out?
Oh, Marvel Zombies is out.
So I guess
Yeah.
that.
I get well, okay. I'm not gonna insult them by saying that doesn't count, but I don't know. I didn't watch Agatha, right? I didn't
Apparently
watch
that's
that.
like pretty good actually.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
It means it's not the Eternals.
Let's see. Let me look up a stupid list. You're right. The amount of times in my life that I have to Google MCU phase. Uh oh, Ironheart came out after Daredevil.
Oh, that's right. I didn't watch that, but I probably
No, me
should have.
neither. Me neither.
That was one I was
But
actually like vaguely
you know
interested in.
what? Yeah. So Ironheart, I have nothing against that show. I
Hmm.
had no reason not to watch it. I just didn't. So if that's any indication of how we're doing for Wonder Man,
Is Wonder Man a
it's
movie?
probably going to be the same thing.
Or is it a show?
Wonder Man?
Yeah, what is that? A movie or a show?
It's a show. I'm 90% sure until you popped that question.
I have no
Um,
idea.
Phase 6. God, this fucking television. Wonder Man is a show. 8 episodes. January 2026.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll talk about it more in January then. But hey, it looks. I think it looks fine. I think it looks like it's gonna be interesting. But I
It
just,
doesn't look bad. I think it's produced, or the showrunner is Daniel Destin Cretton, right? The guy that did Shang-Chi, and he's doing Spider-Man. The idea of whatever the hell they're doing here, like movies about superheroes, but then because I'm not a I'm kind of for that. It's just I don't know. It all comes down to how the dice roll in January on if I've got the time and the patience.
yeah. A different trailer that I think looks a lot more interesting is for the
Hmm.
new Game of Thrones spin-off show, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. This one I
That's
am
right.
actually pretty interested in. I think this will be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Immediate note, has a much more comedic tone in this trailer than I was expecting.
Yeah, I think it's because the books, or technically George loves to call them novellas. I guess technically they're novellas
Sure.
that the show is based off of, the tales of Dunk and Egg, which in the Game of Thrones universe it's Sir Duncan the Tall, and then a little bald kid named Egg, who's definitely nobody important politically. Don't worry about it.
I think we already know who he is.
I don't think they said it in the trailer, did they?
They didn't say it in the trailer, but they said it in Game of Thrones.
Did they talk about Dunk and Egg specifically? I
You
don't
don't you
remember.
don't remember when the old guy's dying and he's like, "Egg, my
Oh
egg."
yeah, but it's a different egg. I think it's a different egg.
I I didn't think it was, but you might be right.
Wait, hold up. No, timeline wise, it might be the same egg. I don't fucking remember. There's a lot. Listen, Game of Thrones and its universe spans so many years,
There's a
and
lot going on.
90 characters are named Aegon. So I don't. What do you want? But the point is, I am also kind of excited for this show. Yeah,
Yeah,
the novellas are a bit more lighter tone, I guess. I haven't actually read them. But the showrunners for this said that they're leaning more medieval, less like fantasy magic. Like there's not a lot
right.
of magic people. All the dragons are gone. So this is going to just kind of be like a day at the Ren Fair. So
Which is
that's
probably
cool.
good from like a budget standpoint. It's probably why it was easier for them
Sure.
to greenlight it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting. I didn't recognize like any of the actors really, so I don't even have anything like from that to go off of. It's just that
No.
like obviously Game of Thrones was really good until it wasn't, and then
Mm.
House of the Dragon I think has been really good so far.
Hmm.
Maybe a little
We
slow, but
we
good
haven't gotten to the until it wasn't
until
yet,
the end.
but
Yeah,
maybe it's coming.
yeah, for sure. So hey, minimally we know the first couple of seasons of this should be good if it follows that
Yeah.
track record. So
Yeah.
we got something to look forward to there, and I'm pretty excited about it. I think that universe is really exciting, and I wish we would get a video game in it that I could watch or play and just
Hmm.
explore the world. But nope, I'll never
Hmm.
get that because the world hates
No.
me.
Hmm. Yes, that is true.
But you know what DC Comics hates?
I do. They hate AI.
Yeah, which is honestly pretty cool to hear. Because I feel like every other company in the world is being like, what if we put all our money into AI and fired everybody?
You know what's crazy? The amount of times that AI art creeps into shit we like.
Right.
How it's like they threatened it, to use it in like D&D books. I don't know if they're actually keeping up with that.
I th-
Um,
I think they backed down off of that, but that may have just been them saying it.
right. And then AI is like taking people's jobs when like storyboarding for movies and stuff, and it's
EA
just
recently got
yeah,
bought. Obviously, we talked about that last week, and they've said that they're going to replace not they didn't say replace people, but that they would make the workflow more efficient with AI, which means let people go. They just didn't say it.
to the surprise of no one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even think about the industry of comic books for some reason. And obviously, as soon as this story came to my attention,
Mm.
I was like, "Oh, well, that's very good to hear."
Yeah, for
I
sure.
I I would hope that comic book artists wouldn't just die out as a profession.
Yeah. To get the quote out, Jim Lee was asked about it. Jim Lee being the head of DC Comics.
Mhm.
Uh, he said, and I quote, "What we do and why we do it is grounded in humanity. No algorithm can replicate that. True effort, inspiration, and perspiration." I look forward to hopefully seeing the same thing come out of Marvel. Although I don't
Yeah, I think
necessarily think Marvel is the one that I would be most concerned about. Weirdly, I think I would be more concerned about it coming from like the indie space, like some just like random startup guy using AI to make a whole comic.
yeah.
So that might come from what, like Image or Dark Horse or something.
Yeah, well, you got to think that if somebody just kind of did that, they like had Chat GPT write their comic and then had fucking what I don't even know the AI art ones, but you
Vintai.
have it steal stuff to slap together images for it, and then you take it to Image, like, look, I made this. Do you want to buy it? They'd be like, well, this is all stolen,
Yeah.
so we can't.
You would hope so. But like, I don't know. Marathon was about to come out from Bungie and half the art in that was stolen.
Mhm,
So, like, it gets
mhm.
past people.
Well, thank you, DC. I guess, yeah, now it is kind of on everyone's probably because this has been said, going to look to other
Hmm.
companies, be like, all right, well, what do you have to say about it?
Yeah. What's your
What are
stance?
you going to say you won't use it?
Pick a side of the fence, guy.
So yeah, I guess
Robert
if you
Kirkman.
if you want to look at it that way, I guess the ball's in Marvel's court, Dark
Hmm.
Horse, whatever, every other place. I think if they did start using AI stuff, people would clock it pretty quickly. Not to say that, yes, I know that the technology behind AI, whatever, is advancing to the point where we can't tell as easily anymore. But I'm sure somebody somewhere would notice some small, minute detail and be like, "Oh, this is AI," and then
Yeah.
they would get in very much trouble. So companies, you would think, before getting to that step, would either definitively say we're okay with using it or we're not okay with using it. And it all comes down to which board member of the big corporation decides that the customers you'll lose is worth the money we'll save by not paying artists.
Right. For sure. I also think that it's just another thing in favor of like, we very badly need some kind of laws about digital media.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
when it comes to like buying digital video games, even about like you don't really actually own any of this shit and they can take it away from you
Uh-huh.
whenever they want. Like, all that kind
Uh-huh.
of stuff needs regulation badly. Um,
Mhm.
and AI is only making that worse. So hopefully, 3 years from now, we can get somebody to fix that.
Well, kudos to DC and Jim Lee here then for drawing the line in the sand and saying like, yeah, we get it. Technology makes stuff easier sometimes, but like
Hmm.
the whole point of this is to see how this artist draws this character in this situation. So
Right.
we're not doing that.
Right. And it's like, it's nice to hear specifically from them saying it because they are
Mhm.
one of the bigger companies and are doing presumably pretty well right now. Like, Superman did really
Mhm.
well, Peacemaker's done really well. So I have to assume that because so much of the marketing for the DCU going forward has been like, here are the comics that this is based on. I have to assume that like some of that has resulted in more comic sales. I don't know the numbers,
Well, definitely, I'm
but I would
sure,
hope
right?
so.
Like when James Gunn said the Woman of Tomorrow comic was what the movie was based on,
Mm.
like that sold like crazy immediately.
I don't have the numbers, but I would assume so. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see them being like, we're doing well, and we're not gonna do the thing that every other company is doing when they start
Mhm.
doing well. Of like,
Mhm.
well, we're making a lot of money, but how could we make slightly more? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's just nice to hear, and maybe I'll start picking up more DC
It'd be
comics.
really funny
Hmm.
if like somehow, even though this doesn't make any sense, movies treated their success like the movie industry treated their success the way the video game industry does,
Right.
where they're just like, Our movie made $1 billion. We're firing all the grips. We're firing the sound guys.
Minecraft made $10 billion, so we're launching Jack Black into the sun.
Jack Black gets a raise, and then we launch him into
And
the
then
sun.
we're getting rid of him. We're replacing him with an AI bear.
Placing the sun with an AI Jack Black.
Yeah. Yeah, like Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh my god, if they do like a adult version of Teletubbies or like do a movie reboot of Teletubbies, I could
Yeah.
genuinely see Jack Black playing the sun.
Yeah, Jack Black is the sun. Seth Rogen is Tinky Winky or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I didn't
Uh,
watch Teletubbies as a kid.
there was one called Tinky Winky, I'm pretty sure.
That's pretty famous, right? People know that.
People know things. Well, hey, if anybody wants to take this news and support DC Comics, their Absolute Comics line has been pretty much unanimously great from what I've read.
Yeah,
I haven't read
uh,
the Flash one yet, but all the other ones are really good. But hey, something that you won't want to support
oh.
is Ubisoft. so
Oh yeah.
so Ubisoft recently, I don't remember if we talked about it on the show. We probably did, but I don't remember. Is they're doing a weird little shell game where they're shuffling all their stuff around, and basically they're going to go private in the same way that EA did, except the people buying them out instead of being Saudi Arabia and the
Kingdom of
president's
Saudi Arabia.
son,
Yeah.
son-in-law. It's going to be the Guillemot family, who already owned it before it became a public company, and Tencent, so China. Which
Yeah.
weirdly
All right.
is better, I guess, but not by a lot.
I mean, you get this. The censorship might boil down to being basically mostly the same.
Yeah, yeah. But hey, at least the company will probably be better run because a lot of the things that China's bought into, they haven't immediately fucked up and burned down. So that'll be something. But the reason we're talking about them today is because that group has now decided that they're going to cancel an upcoming Assassin's Creed game. Weirdly, one that had not been announced. There are
Mm,
a bunch already announced that aren't out yet. But
right.
this one was going to be set after the Civil War, where you were playing as an assassin who is a former slave, a black man, who
Hmm.
would be fighting the beginning of the KKK
Mm,
as, like, I guess the Templars become the KKK, which like fits honestly.
yeah.
And Ubisoft canceled it because of the political climate in the United States and because of backlash to the character of Yasuke, who is the black samurai from their most recent game, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, here's why that's stupid. And we'll skip past all the obvious ones, such as why would you cancel your game based on a small number of racist assholes? And we'll go straight to the other one, which is you don't have to give a shit about the United States political climate. You're a French company owned by Chinese people.
Yeah.
So what the fuck
Yeah.
do you care? Like, Trump
So
can't lean on you and be like, "Oh, I won't fund your whatever," because you're French.
what what they must mean is we found out when all the people got mad and racist about our black character in the last game,
Right.
we found out that I guess most of our sales come from mad racist people, and
Well,
we need to cater to that, I guess.
so here's a funny thing about that is if they do think that, they're wrong because
Oh, okay.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is the second best-selling video game of 2025, only behind Monster Hunter, which is a ridiculous success.
Oh,
It sold 3 million copies in its first week, which makes it the fastest selling Assassin's Creed game of all time. It hasn't sold more than some of the other ones yet because it's relatively new. The last numbers that I saw were from like March, and it had already sold 5 million. So it's selling real good. Like, it's doing actually great. So the two things that they cite as the reason why they got rid of it are somebody else's government that they literally don't even have to listen to, and racist people who had no effect on the sales. So what the fuck are we talking about?
no, let me throw this at you. Maybe instead it's not so much them trying to cater to racist video game players,
Right.
but maybe they're concerned uh, having a lot of their stake not like their business not
Mhm.
oh not their business, but like their business practices not take place in the U.S. Maybe they're concerned that certain U.S. leadership, if they see a game specifically attacking racist villains in a video game,
Right.
they'll be like, "Well, we can't have that. That's too woke." And then maybe certain political leaders in the United States of America will try to ban sales with Ubisoft or something.
They could. That could be a thing that they're worried about. That is possible. But I also like don't know. I don't know. I just don't think that that's realistic. Like I think that it's a possible thing that they could like be afraid of it, but I just don't
Right.
think that they would actually ban the thing. Like,
You would think so.
because that's not been his that hasn't been his mo in the past is like banning media from coming out. Is he'd just be like, okay, well, I'm going to tariff you and I'm going to make you spend a lot of money. But like again, they're a French company that wouldn't do anything to them.
You would think so. Well, I mean, cutting off sales to the US has to be big.
Well, but
If
no,
that were
but
a thing that could
I
happen.
don't think he would cut off sales to the US. I think he would just be like, okay, well, we're going to tariff video games or something, which he's already doing. But
Oh yeah,
like,
true, true. That wouldn't hurt them at all. That would just
right,
hurt
that would hurt us.
us.
And I think it's
Um,
really upsetting because like, okay, there's a bunch of other Assassin's Creed games announced, and a lot of them sound like kind of okay. There's one that's supposed to be like during the German witch trials or something. And I forget the other ones, but they have like 3 or 4 announced. I think one's Chinese. Um,
hmm,
but this one sounds like genuinely one of the cooler ideas they've had for a while. Like I actually think
yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds more interesting to me than the samurai one that they just put out, which people have been waiting for the samurai one forever, so I get why it sold so crazy. But like at the same time, I've also played a lot of samurai games. Like there's a lot of them recently, especially.
Right.
But what I haven't had is a lot of like games where I get to stab the KKK. So
Hmm.
I might be okay with that.
It there are no video games where the KKK is like a bad guy. You know there.
They're not well. There are, but not a ton, and they're usually not
Was the
like the main
KKK
villain.
they were in Wolfenstein, right?
They were
I didn't
in
play Wolfenstein.
Wolfen. Yeah, the second of the new Wolfensteins, the New Order or something. I don't remember, man. The second of those ones, though, yeah, it takes place in America, where the Nazis and the Klan have like taken over. So you fight, you kill, or you can kill some Klan members there, and then you can kill the KKK in Red Dead 2. There's a couple of little like
Oh, yeah,
things that
yeah,
pop up
yeah.
where you get to do that. There haven't been a lot of games where it's like a big thing. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know for a fact, but I would bet that they're also in Mafia 3.
Sure.
I would believe that. There's got to be other ones, but those are just the only ones I can think of right now. But like I would love to do that. And also like it would if
Kill
it's
clan members. Yeah.
for sure. But then also it's like oh, so it's an Assassin's Creed that takes place in the United States South. Well, that's where I'm at. That might be cool to do and see.
Sure.
I mean, it would probably
Yeah.
not be like literally Texas. It probably, if I had to guess, it'd
No,
probably be
yeah.
like Georgia, but
Hmm.
Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, somewhere in there.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like a cool idea that I mean, I can't say that I would go out and buy it because I can't remember the last Assassin's Creed game I actually played.
It's
It's been
fair.
a long time though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds like a neat idea that would warrant some eyes, but then, you know,
Right.
they chickened out.
Is there is there a chance that they ever like go back to it and they like put it out later? I guess it depends like
Well,
how far along in
if
development they were.
if they're blaming the current political climate, if we could just do something about all these pesky racist people, then yeah, we can go back to
We
it.
probably get that out there. Yeah. I almost wonder if there could be like a positive backlash of like, oh, we actually really want that, where they would be like, oh, well, then maybe we put it out anyway.
I don't know.
You know,
I
but,
think
but that's the other thing too, is like the game was never officially announced, so it's not even technically officially canceled. It was both things were leaks, so like they could just
right,
continue working on it and not tell anybody because they weren't the ones who told people it was canceled. And they've got at least 2 other Assassin's Creed games coming out before then, because there's Hex, which is the German one, and then whatever the
right.
hell the China one is called. So like they could just slot it back in, and by the time it came out, it would be 2029, and current
Yeah.
political situations would hopefully be slightly different in the
No,
United
yeah, the
States.
US won't even be there anymore. So
Yeah,
don't even have to worry about
we'll
it.
have separated into 2 different nations. One that has 80% of the United States GDP, and the bum fucks in the middle.
Yeah, sounds good. I say do it.
Honestly, I genuinely I would play that game. I think I would be more
Yeah.
excited to play that than pretty much it. The witch trial one does sound interesting, but I don't know anything about the German witch trial, so I don't know like how that worked. It's just disappointing. It's really disappointing on every level because it's A, caving to racist people, and B, not giving me a game that sounds really cool. So it's just like,
Even if
it's bad.
even if they weren't caving to racist people specifically, which is basically what they said they were doing.
Yeah,
Um, like
they didn't
they
hide
came
it.
out and said, "We had a cool idea, but we refused to do it." Like, all right, thanks for telling us.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they didn't specifically announce it. It was a leak from like insiders. So we don't.
Yeah.
So it's all nothing right now. But it's like very heavily being reported on because it's we know that it is true.
Mhm.
We just don't know.
It could be something as simple as not literally, but I always think of it as just like it's an idea we wrote down on a post-it note and it's just on the desk, but like we haven't decided to push forward with it yet. And yeah, maybe you are right, and hopefully if people show hype for this, then it could happen.
Yeah. What are the chances that it was like that they leaked it intentionally to see what reaction would be?
Not impossible. Like it's something that could very much be what happened.
I was trying to look up while we were talking what the other announced ones are. Couldn't find it.
Yeah. It's just the
Couldn't find it.
when you put it that way of like we just intentionally put out this leak of like I mean people in the United States, they wouldn't be interested in a video game where you kill racist people, right? That's not something that you guys would. You're not really hungry for that right now, are you?
If that turns out to be true, Yuskimo, you what a marketing genius you are. You son of a bitch.
I mean, the Ku Klux Klan, you guys wouldn't want a game where you fucking dismantle and destroy them, would you? That's not
That wouldn't be
something.
like something you'd be interested in, right? You wouldn't be like wanting to be
Is
like
it?
a freed slave assassin killing the fucking Grand Dragon Poobah.
Is that worth the price point? You guys wouldn't want to pay $80, would
Yeah. But would you pay $80 for it?
you? Would you though?
But would you?
Hypothetically, would you? Yes, I would.
Oh my god. True. Expect a lot of Assassin's Creed over the next couple of years, or for Ubisoft to explode. One or the other.
Assassin's Creed and K-pop Demon Hunters all the way down.
Ooh, let's combine them. Assassin's Creed, K-pop.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah, there can be K-pop assassins.
You could have it 100%. You could have K-pop assassins. I'm actually a little surprised there isn't like a Korean Assassin's Creed.
Why haven't they done an Assassin's Creed in the future yet?
That's a good
I
question.
mean, I know that the Desmond stuff is
Yeah,
like, but no one that doesn't count.
that doesn't
Let's
count.
say
That's not
that
what you
doesn't
meant.
count.
That's not what you meant. Is the thing. The closest we got, I think the furthest forward we ever got was there's like one section in one of the games where the Animus is like glitching, and you have, I think it's like a 10-minute section that's in World War II. Honestly, this one I think might have been one of the more like modern ones because that would have been what 1860 or whatever if it's after the Civil War.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, kind of cool. But you know what else was kind of cool, Skyler?
Hmm?
The topic of the show,
Oh,
our Peacemaker spoiler cast.
Peacemaker.
We said we were going to do
Yeah.
this last week, and now here we are this week doing it. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool. That's how.
Promises kept.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, everybody, hi. If you haven't watched Peacemaker yet, and you think you're going to, and you don't want to hear spoilers, don't listen to this part. We're going to spoil the whole thing. So, oops, and sorry, but thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Do all the things, because we're
Yeah.
going to talk about Peacemaker now. Okay,
New this show.
all the losers are gone. Now it's time to talk about Peacemaker. Ooh,
Yeah.
what'd you think?
I want to just open the talks
Yeah.
about how, and you know what? I'll preface it by saying anybody with, we'll say, a moderate knowledge of DC Comics like extended stuff,
Mhm.
like more than just your face value heroes and everything. Anybody could have predicted what happened, but we're going to ignore that and say that right here on this very podcast, I called like Babe Ruth. Bringing it back to baseball. I pointed and I said, checkmate. Boom.
You have to let him have it, guys. He has so little. He needs this.
I have this,
His baseball team
and
is
that's
losing
it.
probably. You gotta give him this.
My baseball team is the Padres. They lost in the wild card weeks ago.
You
It's
got
fine.
you gotta let him have it. He earned it. Stop being mean.
I did earn it though.
That's
I
true.
said it.
That's true. But what do you think of the show?
It's a good season. It's a good show.
It's a good show. I like it a lot. I like it a
I
lot
think
better than season one, and I liked season one a lot. So
I don't know if I liked it a lot better. I guess I'll have to rewatch this whole season in its entirety in the future at
right,
some point to really measure that out. I like both. I think maybe season one felt to me more complete
that's
because
definitely true.
this one we I love what this season explores in Chris's character and in the side characters. Um and we hit some good emotional beats in specifically the last episode. It's just once we got like towards the half of the season, maybe like the last two episodes, it really did feel like a not a sprint to the finish, but a very steep slope. Like,
Mm,
oh, okay, and we're done.
yeah,
Um,
I would agree.
I liked the ending, and I think it came together very naturally. But I think it. I don't know. By the time that we hit that ending, the happy ending, where all
Right,
the people we don't fucking hate come together and they leave Argus and make checkmate,
right, for sure.
uh, and we're all happy, and I couldn't help but smile. But it did feel like, and the stinger of the season just confirms this. Like, I think we're just forgetting some other problems.
Right, absolutely. I wish that the season had ended there. I don't think we needed him getting thrown into an alternate dimension. I don't think
No,
we needed that
I
shit.
I
Especially because
completely agree.
they haven't gotten a win the whole season. Like the whole season has been them getting their asses kicked, and then they finally get a win right at the end.
Mhm.
Just cut it there. You don't need to undercut the one win that you've given them in 8 episodes
Right.
by throwing him into Hell World or whatever.
Also, it's called Sanctuary, right? I learned
Yeah,
that that's an actual storyline in the
it's
comics.
called Salvation.
Salvation, not Sanctuary.
So in the comics, Salvation is a trap made by it's used exactly the same way. It's Amanda Waller and Frank Castle um, find an alternate world that they can send prisoners to when they don't want to deal with them. So it's exactly the same thing, except that the planet is actually a fake. It has been made by Darkseid and more specifically Desaad as a place for them to test like military capabilities of parademons. And so that's why there's a bunch of monsters on it that I guess Chris is at some point going to have to fight.
I just realized, I want to point out, through no fault of your own, you just said Frank Castle, and it stun locked me.
Is that
I
not,
was
what
like,
did I say? What's his name? Rick Flag. Who's Frank
Rick
Castle?
Flag.
Frank Castle is
Frank
the
Castle's the
Punisher.
Punisher.
Fuck me, dude.
It's okay.
You know
Guy
what
with
it
guns.
was? Is I've been fucking this up the whole time. Is I've been just calling him Frank Grillo, and then I was like,
Oh
so
yeah,
I
yeah,
started
yeah.
saying Frank, and I was like, that's not the right name, and then I
No,
switched
that's
it to
fine.
a different name
No,
from a
you know
different
what?
universe.
You know what? It's fine.
um, so yeah, I'm not thrilled with the ending of it. In fact, I think episode 8 in general is really messy. I think it sets up a lot of exciting stuff. I feel like a lot of the character motivations of the side characters feel like they kind of come out of fucking nowhere, specifically with good old Flag Jr.,
Sure.
Sr., that guy with Frank Grillo.
Yeah, that
I'm not
one.
a fan of it,
Uh,
of that bit.
it's his whole thing throughout the season has been I want to get Peacemaker because he killed my son. And
Right,
then some people are like, "Are you trying to get Peacemaker because he killed your son?" And he's like, "No, dude, I'm doing something else." And then he technically does do something else, but then at the very end, he's like, "I got you, Peacemaker, because you killed my son."
yeah, I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of Honestly, I wasn't a fan of that character basically through the whole season, but he just didn't do a lot for most of the season, so I think it didn't bother me. But yeah, the ending is really weird. I also like don't know why he is now working with all of the Lex Luthor goons.
Because they had the capability to give him what he wanted, which was, I guess, to find a way to throw metas into a different dimension.
But like he doesn't care about metas. In Superman, he was pro meta. The only thing he was against was it was Chris because he killed his son, and he's not even a fucking
Yeah.
meta.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know. The
Um,
motivation is very strange to me, and it because I was trying to figure it out, right? And I was like, okay, so he's getting played by Lex, obviously,
yeah.
but I don't understand how he has gotten played so quickly that he's clearly released all of these people from prison because we know at least Happerson was in prison. We have to assume Otis and those other fuckers were in there too, and then so he's not just released them into his custody to like work on this project, but they're no longer wearing their prison jumpsuits, so we have to assume that they've been completely released. And then
Yeah.
he's like partying with them. He's like doing blow and shots with these criminals who he hates or had hated. We thought,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, by the end of the season, he's taking fucking Otis and Happerson to the Pentagon.
Yeah.
What happened? How did we do that? And why?
Uh,
Like
he's,
it
he's,
just feels like we could have gotten there, but so all of that happened in the last episode and a half. And this episode 7 was like 30 minutes long.
right. It. I will say that the question marks that I have, the kind of unsatisfied feeling, does come from basically everything you're just saying.
It's just so weird. I'm just not a fan of that. And I would say also I think the whole QUC montage didn't work for me. And I think it's a tonal thing, I think. Cuz this is supposed to be the big like turning point where Sasha Bordeaux and I guess Flurry's already kind of on the outs, but like where she's supposed to be like, oh my god, this is so fucked. We got to stop. We like I can't work for these people anymore. And visually, you get that right from half
Mhm.
of the montage where you're seeing the people getting killed, going in, getting like eaten by zombies or getting face fucked by imps or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they're coming out and she's standing there by the door. But then the other half of the montage is Frank Castle is what I'm gonna call him now
Oh no.
fucking doing blow and shots with these fucking losers, and it's all being played to a song where the only lyrics I can remember are "You gotta stop fucking my heart in the ass."
Yeah, that was
The tone
yeah.
is bad in that scene. It doesn't work.
I don't disagree with you. I think the message comes across clear and in a way that I'm cool with. Of Rick Flag doesn't care. He's got all these Lex Luthor goons, and then all of us like good, hardworking government employees are getting our faces eaten off, and we're dying, and we're getting ripped in half or bitten by zombies
Right.
and whatever. Like we're doing it's interdimensional doors that are killing us, and we're doing the danger, and he doesn't care. That I'm cool with. Like Bordeaux leaving there, I'm fine with. There, I guess the only complaint I would have there is they should have set some more seeds of doubt in previous episodes. I guess there were some where she was just kind of like popped an eyebrow at some things he said, but then she still slept with him like immediately afterwards. So
Right. And
wasn't really getting that she was against anything he was doing until she got sent into the shit.
right. And then she was like, "Is that what we've been doing to people? I should be in prison."
Presumably he sent her. I mean, he sent other people too, but presumably her because she is a meta.
I don't know 100%. I don't remember her being in there. I believe that she was. I know she was standing by the door the whole time when bodies kept coming out. I don't remember seeing her inside any of the worlds. I remember
But she
seeing
would.
Harcourt was in there
I,
for sure. Flory was in there.
I
And
could have
Titties
sworn
was in there.
she was in a suit at least once.
Oh, and Judo
Judo
Master.
master.
Which it
Yeah.
was really funny that he was in his suit
Yeah.
That's really
Doesn't
cute.
take it off. Doesn't take it off.
Maybe he can't.
Yeah, maybe he gets his like it aligns his chi.
Yeah. Ugh.
Um no, yeah. So like Bordeaux leaving, or I guess I'm fine with. I don't remember Flag doing cocaine. I remember the other guy
Yeah, I'm
in Superman
probably
doing cocaine.
I'm probably
You assume
combining
cocaine was
stuff.
passed around.
Right. If all your
Yeah.
friends are doing cocaine, you're guilty by
Well, yeah. I'm
association.
not gonna. It's rude to say no.
That's
Um.
not what I was saying. You're falling into peer
Oh.
pressure.
Oh. I'm sorry. Yeah. Just the Rick Flag stuff. His motives, even to this point, for me, at the end of the season,
Mhm.
are a little unclear.
Yeah.
We know that he hates Chris, and we know that I guess he wants to put all metas in this other dimension, and I guess two things can be true. So
Yeah.
that's a bit odd.
I think
That
for
er,
me, another aspect of it is that he feels like a radically different character than he was in Creature Commandos. And we were being told that like this is the same guy. This is all the same guy.
yeah,
And he doesn't even have the same fucking hair.
no, but that's just an animation thing.
I
I'm
know.
willing
Well,
to
I
let
know.
that go.
Well, he had the black. Apparently, he had the black hair in Peacemaker because he had to have the black hair for something else he was filming. So it's a real Superman's mustache situation.
Fair enough. He to me he didn't even feel like the same character from Superman. I mean, he didn't do a lot in
No, he
Superman.
didn't. No, yeah,
But he was there just enough that I was willing to be like, oh, that's the guy from Creature Commandos.
yeah.
Frank Grillo's in both shows. It's the same guy. And then
Y-
here he started as the same guy, and then at the end, I just don't get the meta thing. I suppose maybe I should rewatch it. But not to harp on that for too long.
Right. Let's get to
What I
the
what I
juicy
did
center
really
of this
like,
compliment sandwich.
what I did really like was that scene in the motel where they all tell Chris that they love him and that they need him and to
Yeah.
stop trying to kill himself.
Stop being an idiot. I did like that scene. It's definitely not my favorite of the emotional scenes. I think Harcourt and Chris in the interrogation room is better. And I think even the end of that scene where they're walking out and Harcourt's like, yeah, of course it meant everything, you fucking asshole.
Yeah,
Like I feel like that felt more real to me. The
yeah,
I feel like both of the Adebayo scenes where she's talking to Chris there and when she's talking to her wife,
yeah.
or I guess ex-wife, are
Mhm.
both really good. I do like them. It's just something about maybe it's the delivery or maybe it's the words itself. It feels very scripted. And I don't know what that is exactly.
Well, I think that has to do with the episode's pacing,
That's probably true too. It's
where
just
just like this is the scene where we need to, we need to
yeah.
resolve it. And so like
Yeah.
I set that aside, and when it comes down to like Chris has been through all of this shit, and he's now convinced like I can't be around people because I'm the reason they're getting hurt and dying,
Mhm.
and I can't be loved because I'm killing people. And all of his friends like corner him and tase
And
him
daze him. Yeah.
and put him in a motel room, and like he's this big doofy asshole of a guy. He's less of an asshole now, but he used to be.
Right.
And because of that, people talk to him a certain way. But now we see everything he's been through emotionally, especially this breakdown when he had in the previous episode.
Mhm.
And now, like everyone who's been trying to get a hold of him since he got locked up in prison, is they're telling him what they know he needs to hear, and it's that we love you.
Right.
And he receives that, and then even Harcourt admits it, and that's why that scene I think basically saves the episode.
I would agree. I think between that and them raiding vigilantes, blood money, stock, and then setting up checkmate, those are like
Yeah,
that's the episode for me.
yeah.
And that's kind of why I feel like the episode 8 almost like didn't need to happen because I feel like you could take both of those things and slap them at the end of 7, just make it an
Mhm.
hour long instead of the 30 minutes we got, and then you're kind of good.
Yeah,
But episode like I've been pretty negative on it up to this point. I think episode 1 through 7 are like stellar. I think they're amazing. I'm so thrilled with what we got for the vast majority of this. And I think to your point earlier, a lot of why not season 8, episode 8 feels not as good is because it is like, well, we gotta finish this story. And
Mhm.
the first 7 episodes, there isn't a whole lot of like, I don't know how else to say this. There's not a whole lot of plot. A lot of it is just character interactions. It's like a slice of life, but the life is fucked up. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
weird
yeah,
superhero bullshit. And I love that. I love that so much.
yeah.
And for me, the plot of the show was not about like what's going on with the QUC, what's going on with the Nazis in the other dimension. Like that doesn't matter. The season was about like how do you express and receive love. Like that's what the season was about to me, was like coming to terms with that, and like have being willing to like accept the love of this found family that Chris has found. And that's true for all of the characters really, especially Harcourt, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I even needed like, oh, and we beat the villain, or oh, we figured out,
No,
we did this thing with the QUC. Like I didn't need any of that. Like I was happy I was good after 7.
I mean, you have to imagine the way that James Gunn has been talking about what he's doing with the universe and how he's like paving the road for future things. Everything that like Rick Flag was up to has to be set up for something that comes next. Not necessarily the next thing. I don't think we'll be dealing with this shit in Lanterns, right?
No, no.
But so he's setting up for something future. I'm willing to just be like, okay, that is what it is, and move on from it. And we got the great character stuff with Peacemaker and everything.
I mean,
I don't remember where I was going when I started that sentence.
that's
I
fine.
definitely had a point, but but it just kind of ended.
That's fine. I'm not 100% sure that they knew where they were going where they started this season. So it's like, it
Yeah,
all, it's like poetry, it rhymes. Um,
yeah,
I just want to, say more about like the positives of it. I think the acting
yeah.
for the first like 7 episodes is really, really good. I don't know Jen Holland in like a lot of stuff, but she's got a couple scenes in this where I'm like, oh no, she is like a really good actor. And
Yeah,
like
she's good.
John Cena in this is
Tina's killing it,
like
man.
the best he's ever been, probably. I haven't seen all of his stuff,
He's
but probably the best he's ever been.
you love to see it. I think. Well, this is it's another thing similar to The Rock and Smashing Machine is these big wrestlers, they break into Hollywood by being just huge muscle guys like
Right.
Batista even in Guardians of the Galaxy. We need a big guy. And then you get people like James Gunn or for The Rock Benny Safdie, I suppose, who's like, well, let's focus on something else. Let's get past the muscles and like let's get something out of you. And they can do it, man. Batista is a great actor. John Cena's proven he can do it. We're starting to see some life in The Rock's eyes. I
Right.
love it.
Right. It's really exciting. And I've also, for me, like all the highlights of this season are the little character interactions. I mean, I do think the twist of Earth X is really interesting. I think it's really funny. I mean,
Yeah,
not the twist itself is funny, but the some of the stuff we get out of the twist is really funny. I love
yeah, like the big
Scrabble,
Hitler mural.
the big Hitler
Oh,
mural. A lot of really cool stuff. That's great. So it unfortunately makes it maybe a little bit harder to talk about because you end up just being like, what I loved was
oh,
that time when Vigilante was talking about manta rays or whatever.
yeah.
You're
We did
like,
this.
oh
We
yeah,
did. All right, all right, all right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. And I think we may have mentioned it briefly, like back when it happened around episode 2 or 3. Flurry, bird blindness.
right.
He just really has that.
He does just really have that. I'm shocked that didn't pay off at like the end of the season. I was expecting something bird related happening over in Earth X. I was expecting, I mean, I made a joke about it on the show. I was expecting like Hawkgirl was going to show up and he wasn't going to be able to see her or something. Like,
Right.
we didn't do anything with it. And obviously he's part of Checkmate now. So like he's going to be back.
Yeah.
So we got
Yeah.
room for
And
this to
and
happen.
and you know what? I'm glad he's gonna be back. I
For
really
sure.
enjoyed him through the season. Tim Meadows is so funny. Uh, uh, bird blindness. That's still the fact that he's just obviously saying some bullshit, but then he just really can't tell what kind of bird it is.
Yeah. Um, So I have three more complaints that I want to get through real fast. Two of them
Uh-oh,
are like
get him.
two of them are serious, and one of them is not at all. Do you
All
want the
right.
serious ones first, or the not serious one at all?
First, let's cover our previous complaints. Rick Flag's storyline doesn't really make sense in the end.
You mean Frank Castle,
The
but yeah,
the the fuck your heart in the ass song was
not a
one
good
I
song choice.
probably would have left off the track
It's a
list
good song though.
personally.
I do enjoy it. It just didn't work for the scene.
Uh, okay, so those two. What else we got? Give me the next silly one.
Um, I James, I get it. James and I love you so much, and please hire me someday. But we do not need an extended 5 to 10 minute section in every fucking episode of someone talking about a band that you like. We don't need it every episode. Did we need 2 live performances in episode 8 from bands that you liked? I don't
You
think
have
we
to
did.
you have to understand from his perspective. What would you have done? He got both bands to say yes.
He had 2 dates to
He got
prom, and he didn't know what
he
to do
got
about it.
he got Nelson and he got Foxy Shazam, who I think he played like they played at a Comic-Con for him, and they obviously did he used the song here, and they might just live in his house now.
The lead singer of Foxy Shazam was in Superman.
Was he?
He was an extra when Superman like crashed into the ground and the people helped him out. He was standing around there.
They definitely live in his house.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the 2 live performances in one episode thing just made it feel like James Gunn bought himself a concert. And like, I go for it, man. But I don't need to see it. Even though they're good bands, like I like both of the songs that they played.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of using the season opening song as the closer. I really like that.
Yeah.
So that one I'm cool with. And yeah, I guess I have no problem with the other but Nelson. I have no problem with that
Do good bands.
until you do it again with Foxy Shazam. Then it's just like, oh, we just did this.
Exactly.
But yeah,
It's
no,
even on the same stage. It's on the same boat.
it's true. Same boat, same night, same shooting night.
Same shooting night. Yeah.
But yeah, that is just a silly complaint, not a real complaint. But
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I get you.
It did get to a point where I was watching whatever episode it is where Adebayo is like, actually, I really like the music that he listens to. And I was like, oh, come on. Please.
And it's all deep cuts too.
It's all
Not
Swedish
getting-
rock shit.
You're not getting any major. He spent all the big hits in Guardians already. He's like,
Right.
that's the pop stuff. This is now you're getting my deep tracks.
Do you
You're
think
going into the shady corners of my iPod.
okay, here's my question. Do you think James Gunn prefers indie stuff because he's like kind of a hipster, or is it literally just that he doesn't want to pay the extra money to get like an AC/DC song?
Oh no, it's not that one. I think truly his first love is music, and his second love is making movies.
Yeah, maybe,
And
yeah, I can see
I
that.
think truly there hasn't been a single song he's ever put in anything that wasn't already on his collection.
Yeah, it wasn't
And
sitting on his iPod Shuffle from
I
2006.
think he is kind of a hipster,
He's definitely a hipster.
and I think he is now using Peacemaker as an excuse to be like, I'm gonna hit him with the good shit in his eyes,
Mhm.
which is some weird shit for a lot of people. He's got some good tracks though. He plays good music.
Yeah. Even the song, even the "Fuck My Heart in the Ass" song, I think is a good song. I just didn't think
didn't-
it worked in the scene.
I've never heard that one before.
Never before in my life. No.
And I haven't listened to the full song. I'm still just caught in the moment of like, what are they saying?
What did he
Oh yeah,
say?
that's what I thought they were saying.
Okay, so then my 2 real complaints.
Yeah.
Number 1, didn't do shit to fix the multiverse stuff. If anything, made it worse. Now we can just open
Right.
doors to whatever fucking dimension we want.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. If it makes you feel any better, well, it shouldn't because it looks like a plot line going forward is we're going to continue to do this dimensional door stuff.
Right.
But if it makes you feel any better, at least they promised to make a shortcut from our world to that one other specific world, so we don't have to go through the Hall of Doors anymore.
Right. We don't have to go through the Monsters Inc. factory every time we gotta
Mm-hmm.
we gotta go
Mm-hmm.
to Imp World to
Mm-hmm.
I don't know farm glitter.
You know what's funny?
Uh
When the Argus people were going through the Monster Inc. hallway, and then that guy taking his trash out comes out with his dead rat, his
yeah.
weekly dead rat, they didn't care.
I was so expecting that to pay off in some way, and it never fucking does.
They were gonna shoot him, and they just walked right by him. He's just like, all right, new neighbors.
I almost wish that like he had like walked up to Harcourt's team or something and been like, "Hey, where's Chris?" Just like in perfect English.
Speaks English.
Haven't seen Chris in a
Yeah,
while. Where's he at?
definitely.
Just some joke. And then my other actual real complaint is it's about salvation. I think
Yeah.
this is just another example of us jumping way too fucking far ahead and not paving anything before we get there. This is and it
Right.
and it didn't end up being that big of a deal in Superman that we threw 5 million characters in there. It's kind of fine, whatever. It didn't bother me too much. It does a little bit still, but not like it worked. Like the characters all had time and they were fine. So it's okay.
Uh-huh.
But this is like, okay, why do we need salvation? Oh, because people keep breaking out of jail. Who keeps breaking out of jail?
Presumably,
Tell me one
uh,
singular person that we have seen break out of jail in this entire fucking universe. Because this is
does
just Peacemaker 1, Peacemaker 2, Superman, and the
and Creature
Suicide Squad.
Commandos
And Creature Commandos.
and the Suicide. Well, I guess technically, uh, if we're counting the Suicide Squad, which there's no reason not to at this point,
Yeah.
um, the surviving team of the squad left, so that's kind of breaking out of jail.
But then they all just ended up back in jail, didn't they?
No,
Was that not
no,
assumed?
no. As far as we know, Bloodsport, Harley Quinn. Oh, King Shark
King Shark and
went
Ratcatcher.
back to King
Oh no,
Shark
because
went
King
back to
Shark's in
jail.
Creature Commandos. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. They got
So
King Shark.
so King Shark they got and Peacemaker they kind of got because he was in the hospital.
Yeah, because they scooped him up because he had a bullet in his neck. So that one I'm fine with.
So
I don't know
Harley,
how they got King Shark again.
he's probably I don't know terrorizing somebody on a beach or something.
You
Um,
you you can assume it's
so
not hard to catch Harley Quinn. They do it all the time.
all we've seen in this universe is metahumans being thrown in jail and then being
Yeah.
used as weapons. And
Yeah.
now you're asking me to believe this is such a metahumans are such a huge problem that we have to put them on a different fucking dimension.
That's true. They are talking about it as if it's just like it's DC, But as far as we know in this world, literally 90% of what we've seen is Suicide Squad adjacent.
Everything, yeah. Every time that we have talked about a prison, it has been because of a Suicide Squad member or a Creature Commando
Ye-
member, which
yeah,
is kind
basically.
of the gray area of whether or not that's the same thing.
Or I guess Lex Luthor. It's technically not the same thing because the reason Creature Commandos exists is because Amanda Waller wasn't allowed to use humans anymore.
Yeah, it's like a legal loophole, but Weasel was on both, so what are we doing?
Right. Yeah.
It's just like if you want me to believe that this is a problem and you need to jump to this crazy fucking conclusion of we're going to use parallel earths to get rid of these people, then you need to show me somebody breaking out of jail and it being a problem. Like
He's
that's like fucking writing 101 is you can't give me the motivation of a person and just be like that's what it is in a universe where you have not set up any of that shit at all.
yeah. Uh the two examples of prisons he gave was Belle Reve and Arkham.
Right.
Uh so the only people I've seen get out of Belle Reve are the ones he let out. So
Correct.
that's step number one. And yeah, Arkham.
We haven't seen
I,
Arkham yet. I don't think.
well, we can assume that the Joker's breaking out on the regular then.
I mean, they've told us as much as they told us that
Mm.
people are breaking out, and we know that Batman in this universe. I mean, we don't know, but the thing is that we know he's going to be an adult when he gets cast. Like
He's established.
that's not in
He's
the
at
so
he's at least captured
Harley.
Phosphorus. No, I was
Yeah,
gonna say because we see him that silhouette in the animated. This is I hate this.
yeah,
I hate-
exactly. Here we are. Here we are again trying to figure this shit out. So it's just like I don't know, man. I just I get that it's fine. And I get that it's like we can just jump into the middle and just tell good stories with these characters and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But the result of this is that like my coworkers and some of my friends are like, "Wait, what the fuck is happening?" And then I have to spend 5 minutes being like, "Okay, so Belle Reve is like Arkham, but it's in Superman."
Yeah. Yeah. Are you familiar with comic
He's
books?
familiar with comics, and it's like,
Let me tell you.
uh, you know, I feel like this is a situation where like it does kind of feel like they're letting Marvel do a lot of the legwork of just like getting people used to comic book universes. But then
Mm,
this is already so much more comic booky than Marvel has ever been in the movies.
yeah.
Where like Marvel still is doing like I mean to some extent like kind of grounded shit. And in this one it's like and we're shooting imps that are full of glitter. And we're 1 year
Yeah.
in. We've had one movie.
Yeah. Exactly one.
We had one movie if you don't count the ones that are getting like grandfathered in.
Which that's okay. At this point, we fully know that the Suicide Squad is grandfathered in.
Right. And we can
That is
kind
like
of assume that
these.
Suicide Squad is too because Flag Jr. says that he was dating Enchantress.
Yeah, kinda. I would draw a line there though,
It's
and maybe this is just personal
it's a
preference.
soft
I
connection.
would I would say okay, this Rick Flag could have dated Enchantress too, but that doesn't mean that we need to, in any ways, even talk about canonizing Jared Leto's Joker. So, so
I'm sorry, man.
I think
I mean,
I
obviously we're gonna
I,
recast him, but
I wouldn't put that Blu-ray on the same shelf. Is all I'm saying.
at least aspects of that movie are canon. Because if we are completely including the Suicide Squad, then immediately you have to bring in at least like Harley's relationship with Boomerang for the 1 second he's on screen. And also,
Mhm.
like, does that mean that Captain Boomerang just can't exist in this universe because he's dead?
Yeah. Yep. We can get
That
another one.
I
We can
mean,
get
we
a
could just get
different,
it. We just Boomerang
not
Jr.
Digger Harkness, different guy.
I'm sure there's been multiple in the comic books, but I couldn't tell you any of the
Definitely.
other names.
No, I don't read comic books.
I don't know what a fucking Batman is. Are you
Fuck,
kidding me? I have
kidding me?
sex with women.
I'm too busy watching baseball to know what the fuck Batman's doing in a comic book.
Big
Kidding
sport
me?
man who loves balls.
I'm a real man. I'm a big adult.
Ugh.
I man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. It's
but Blue Beetle's grandfathered in as well, is what I
Blue
was gonna
Beetle.
say.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, at least the actor. We don't know about like the plot, I guess, but we know that
I don't think
the
there's
Cholo is brought
any
over.
potential reason that they could have for saying like that movie isn't canon. Like, what did it do? It killed a villain nobody cares about. It
True.
said Ted Kord's out there somewhere, and it gave us Jaime Reyes' origin story. Like
Yeah,
that cannot be offensive to what we're trying to build here.
yeah. James
With
Gunn's not gonna have a
with
problem with a big beetle ship farting on people. That's like
you
his
kidding?
exact shit. He loves that.
Just put some glitter imps in there too.
Honestly, the tonal combination of the thing having actual fart gas and then stabbing people through their entire torsos with its legs is exactly James Gunn's shit.
Maybe a little.
That's a real somebody getting their face eaten off to please stop fucking my heart in the ass.
I didn't want to see Cupid doll go like that. I'll be honest.
I'm a little upset about it, and I'm upset that she saw that Titties saw that shit happen and didn't jump ship. I'm a little mad at her about that.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
So yeah, I have a lot of complaints about how it ended, but I think the season as a whole really, really good.
Yeah, I think I can kind of wash away a lot of the minor complaints. The one that really is just like the oh, I wish they hadn't have done that was the stinger.
Yes.
And not just because like it should have just ended on a happy note, but also the entire episode before this, the mission was go to a parallel dimension to save Chris. And
Right.
now, presumably, the start of whatever the next thing they do with these characters is, which James Gunn said we have no plans for Peacemaker season 3. I don't know if that just means like, oh, the next show is called Checkmate or something,
Right.
whatever.
I would
But
be kind of pissed about that, to be honest, because that would mean it would be in a different queue on HBO Max.
oh yeah, no, I get you.
I would be mad about that
Um,
genuinely.
but but either that would mean that the first thing we do with these characters is we got to go save Chris from another dimension again,
Again. But
or
now like
we
Dark
just
Side is there maybe?
or we just hand wave it.
They can't
Like they
hand
could
wave
just
it.
be like, he got out.
I think I think there is a solid chance that the reason that there's so much time between now and then, because this is set up for the whole universe, this like we're using a parallel Earth to put metahumans on, which is
Yeah,
again weird because we just fucking did that in Superman.
yeah.
But whatever. I think that this is a thing that won't be resolved in like a Peacemaker story. This is like some other thing is going to happen in
Is
like Man of Tomorrow. We know is a Lex Luthor thing, so
yeah.
that's got to have something to do with this, right?
This
Putting
bleeds over
metahumans on a
this.
different dimension is like his whole fucking. It's his favorite thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
maybe it just means we won't see another season of Peacemaker until after Man of Tomorrow, and that's not until like 2027.
so what does Peacemaker do then? Like
He
he's just
just
on this. He's just there.
he just chills. We see him 2 years from now in Man of Tomorrow with a beard, and
He's got a big survivalist beard. He's like in a loincloth.
no, you know he's in his whitey tighties. Come on.
They're torn though to make a loincloth.
Right. He's in a loincloth, a tidy whitey with loincloth, sitting on a throne made of dinosaur bones.
Yeah,
With
which he did
somehow,
not kill, but presumably something else did.
and somehow there's a third Harcourt next to him. And she's a communist.
Yeah, I guess just like because if they just set up this uh, salvation as something else, if we do visit that in Man of Tomorrow or something else in the future,
Right.
and it's not something for Peacemaker and Checkmate to deal with, then if we look at like, okay, well, what's next for Peacemaker and his gang, and throwing him in the prison planet, I think is just the most boring option.
I agree. Yeah. Because no matter what, let's say this does get solved in a different thing, and then Peacemaker 3 comes out.
Yeah.
Then still the story has to be Peacemaker spent 4 years in a different dimension.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At which point, why not just end the season with him trapped in Earth X or something?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
the last episode just like really messes up like what I thought was happening.
Well, I think I was cool with it. I would very much prefer that in between this season and then whatever happens next, we're just left to assume that Peacemaker and his checkmate gang, Vigilante, Judo Master, and Bordeaux, they're out there fighting their own crime. The season opens with him being rejected from the Justice Gang,
Mhm.
and he formed his own gang. And
Right.
he's the leader now. They were like, "We need you." Well, not the
But he's like
leader that's out of bio,
of
but
the
like the
like
mission leader.
tactical leader, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's our Guy Gardner basically on
Right.
this team, and I was like, "Okay, cool. That's so awesome." Then that's just not what we're doing.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't ruin it for me. Of course, this is still a very good show. It's just I hope that whatever they do next is worth that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it ruins it for me, but I think it does sour it a little bit, especially because I watched the podcast episode right before this for the DC thing where they talk about it, and he says in the original cut it was supposed to end there. And I'm like, then why did you fucking change it, James?
Dog,
Why'd you do
yeah.
that? Stop.
Because now you have to do that.
Right. Now you have to figure out how that works. And when you have Peacemaker, which is such a heavily character centric thing, him being trapped in another fucking dimension with monsters or whatever is gonna have to be basically what the entire fucking plot of season 3 of whenever we get that is gonna be, because you can't
Yeah.
with the characters are also like messed up and like in their own heads, and then he finally finds love and he gets trapped in a fucking dinosaur world or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, that's not a thing
Which
that
you
he
know
can
what?
come back and just hand wave it away.
Let's talk about that
Yeah.
really quick. He's Rick Flag, Frank Castle,
Frank
speci-
Castle.
specifically said, "We need a world that's like ours but uninhabited." Now that just means that there's no like living dudes building society, right? Like there could be animals, sure, we'll take that. But like there's big monsters. Does that not? Because like when you go to the world that has imps that eat your face, or giant screaming skulls on walking spider legs,
Mhm.
or zombies, why not? Why not just throw Peacemaker in that? Like, why do you care?
Right. And can I also just ask, why not just kill him?
Yeah,
Like,
there's
why
never
do
a
we have to go
reason.
through all this trouble? Just
There's
kill the
never a
guy.
reason. Like, if you need like a court mandated place to send metahuman prisoners, I understand that as a plan at the very least. Maybe not as Rick Flag's plan, but as a plan, I understand.
Is it?
But with Peacemaker, you probably could have just shot him.
You could just shot his ass. It's happened before.
Yeah.
I Is it weird that the only movie in this universe right now is Superman?
Yeah. Let me tell you,
And,
yes, that is weird.
and well, there you go. But that we have this salvation thing set up before we know what the Phantom Zone is, but they kind of serve the same purpose.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, they're not getting flown
I'm.
to salvation in, little dick ships or whatever, but otherwise,
Oh
same
yeah.
thing.
You think we're gonna have little dick ships
God, I
in this
hope
DC?
so.
Okay. Well, I guess the Phantom Zone is like Krypton exclusive. He's not sharing that tech,
True.
so they had to find their own.
Certainly not with the government, who mistreated him really bad in his movie.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm. Here's my hope for the DCU going forward.
gotcha.
I need more consecutive projects
Hmm.
that have nothing to do with teams of villains and anti-heroes and side characters. I loved the Suicide Squad movie.
Okay.
I loved the Peacemaker show. Creature Commandos was okay. A thumbs up. I liked it.
Mhm.
Lanterns is next. Cool.
Lanterns is a
I need
team.
I need more things. I need more things that don't assume that I know we're playing in a very established
Hmm.
sandbox.
I would like one fucking solo film where
Yeah.
it's just one hero and his friends or whatever.
Hmm.
Can I? And I don't think we're gonna get it. I really don't. We're looking at lanterns, and we know that there's at least 3 lanterns in it because we know guys in it too.
Yeah, but the Lantern Corps, I'm willing to let
I'm
that
I'm
one
willing to let
slide.
that slide, but I'm just saying, I it's not being written or directed by James Gunn, so we might have a little bit more room there of like we're gonna keep this toy box a little bit smaller. But
Hmm.
then it's like, okay, well, what are we looking at in the Batman situation? He said the whole Bat family is gonna be there already. Okay, what are we looking at in Wonder Woman? Paradise Lost. It's a story about all of the different Amazons. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Listen.
one fucking hero, please.
Uh well, Supergirl
She's gonna
is
be in space with
gonna
Lobo.
with
She'll
Lobo.
hers whole thing will
You
be a
know,
lot more local.
we're
But
gonna see all kinds of crazy shit in space.
if it's as close, if it is 1-to-1 with the comic book, it's gonna be her, a girl with a knife, and a horse, and that's the team. But it seems like also Lobo is gonna be in there now. So I guess now
No,
4.
he's the horse.
He's the he's the horse. Yeah, we use his motorcycle instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our next movie, and Lanterns is our next show.
Mm-hmm.
So two things that presumably are not going to at all answer the question: how's Peacemaker going to get out of that dimension he's
Not a
stuck in?
fucking shot. There's no way. Unless the Lantern show is we have to figure out why dimensional portals keep opening up on Earth, which I would not want it to be at all.
Well, if they promise to close them forever, I'd give them a shot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
It's weird.
you know how people keep saying like, I really hope this next Spider-Man movie is like super grounded, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Right. And then they're like, what if
What's
Jean Grey
what's
was in it?
what's the what is the DC equivalent, and will we ever get a friendly neighborhood version of anything, or
The
will it always be?
the DC equivalent on a much smaller scale is can we just get a Static Shock movie? And he said no.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. That happened.
I guess maybe a Teen Titans thing. I've had a pitch for a while of a Teen Titans movie where it's basically just like a road trip movie. And
Yeah.
but we're not gonna get that. It's gonna be like them going to fucking Trigon's hell dimension and fighting all the
Yeah.
demons.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so fuck
I
me,
mean,
I guess.
I guess if you're looking for grounded street level superhero stuff, the answer is Batman,
Yeah,
and I'm not opposed to seeing the whole Bat family.
I'm not either.
Uh,
No, in
but
fact I
let's
want to see them, but it's just like another thing of like we're throwing so many fucking toys in here.
That's going to be the most grounded thing we could. That's our chance.
We don't
That's
know that for
the
sure.
biggest chance. No, but it's our biggest chance at
Okay.
at a grounded thing.
They're gonna be like the whole Bat
Uh,
family's here, and the villain is
yeah.
Batman.
Oh man, they are gonna say they're gonna be like, well, you got the Batman, and that's too grounded for our taste.
Right.
So now we gotta this. We're gonna show you how crazy Batman can really be.
We're gonna overcorrect like a fucking bungee cord, and we're gonna.
I need to point out for anyone still listening,
Yeah.
we're pro the DCU.
No,
I think
that's
James
the
Gunn's
thing.
doing a good job.
Exactly. It's like so far every single project in the DCU, including the Suicide Squad, has been good if not great. The only one that's
Yeah.
maybe not great is Creature Commandos, and that one I still think is good.
It's fine. It just gets like sidelined just because of the medium of
Yeah,
this is an animated thing that you have to watch to know who this character is.
right. And it's like at a certain point, I don't know how much more of this I can take if every fucking project we get out of this universe is here's another 20 characters.
Mm,
I don't know how much more I can do with that.
mm,
I lose my
mm.
mind. Ugh. Anyway, everybody, let us know what you thought about Peacemaker in the comments below, or about any of the other topics that we talked about this week that I've already forgotten. That time that Assassin's Creed got canceled because of racism, yeah, what'd you think about that? Was that cool? No, it wasn't. But hey, let us know what you think in the comments below on YouTube and Spotify. You can do comments on Spotify. Did you know that? A lot of people don't. Share the show with your friends. Do all the things that all the people want. You know what they are. Anyway, thanks for watching. You can follow the show on Twitter at rsr_pod, or you can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Daniel J. McGee.
I didn't know you could leave comments on Spotify.
A lot of people don't.
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Skyler 8-bit if you want. Don't feel you have to. There's nothing going on over there.
Until next time, everybody, we'll see you around.
The game's just starting, the world's so bright. Jump right in, everything feels right. Let's play, take a trip back in time where pixels and memories end.